Hello, YouTube. All right. I don't know if you can see here. I am getting ready to do a $5 paint job on Good Vibrations, my 2005 Pontiac Vibe, which has seen better days. You can see here it had some rust forming, and I guess my wife sprayed it with primer. My Dollar Tree sandpaper is blowing away. Anyhow, I'm going to try to paint it with this Rust-Oleum 2-time Ultra Cover. It's this paint and primer. So I should be able to do it with all-in-one. So the plan is to sand this down a little bit. I'm not going to do a perfect job because this is not going to be a perfect thing. I've already started to sand it, as you can see here. Take some of the surface paint off and try to get rid of this old stuff that my wife had done, which had started to rust through and chip. But you can see the roof where I started to sand it. It was like really rusty. So the idea is to get some coat of paint on there so that it doesn't continue to rust all the way through. I can't believe how rusty this roof is. It is like terribly rusty. So we're just going to take some of our Dollar Tree, $1.25 tree sandpaper and attempt to sand this down and wipe it down and do a really quick job. I will post the results. I know it's not going to look that good, but you know, I had considered going to Mako to have it painted, but I think Mako is going to charge me over $1,000 to get this thing repainted, and I think that's without body work. This vehicle is not really even worth $1,000. I mean, it is to me, but I bought it used for about $1,000. So I'm not going to spend $1,000 just to get a paint job on it. Especially since, you know, it's got a broken mirror. There's little minor issues with it. So I don't want to spend $1,000 just for paint. But I definitely don't want it to continue to rust and rust through the metal. So we'll go ahead and do our quick $5 paint job, and I'll keep you guys updated and let you see the results. So the first thing I'm going to do is try to get rid of the surface rust just by sanding it with this. I only had like 80 and 250 grit paper, so I'm using the 80 right now. And I'm just going to kind of go in a circular motion. You can see the rust is coming off. So I'll try to sand this whole thing down. Hopefully I'll have enough sandpaper. And after I finish sanding, I'm going to wipe it down with a cloth or something. I'm not going to spray it with water just in case it starts rusting again. I'll sand it down, try to get all the rust off that I can, and then cover up certain sections as best as I can real quick, and then see if we can't get this thing painted. Wow, the rust is really bad. This part's actually kind of pitted a little bit. Alright, looks better just from sanding it. You can see what I'm using to stand on to try to reach up there, get the sanding done. Having to stand on a little ice chest. I'm actually standing on the bumper right now as I attempt to reach this back section. It's kind of weird how it's only on the top of the car. The side panels of the car, the paint's held together pretty good, but the top, entire top of the car is like pretty much rusted out. I think I'm gonna need a new sheet here now. All right, we're on the other side here. Rust is kind of like a cancer to a car or anything metal. You're supposed to remove all of it, but I don't know if I can get it all out. You really need like an electric sander or something. But then, you know, that would be doing it the right way. We never do anything correctly on this channel. Alright, got most of it. I'm gonna finish it off with the last sheet that I have here and then try to wipe things down and see if there's any sections that I missed. Wow. I think if I wanted to do this correctly, sanding and prepping it would take more than a day. I am only going to take about 10-15 minutes. I know there's a lot of purists that say, man, Denoy, if you're going to take the time to do it, you might as well do it right. Yeah, the problem is I don't want to spend a lot of time on it. I don't want to spend a lot of money. And it's still, with my skill set, it still wouldn't look like a fully professional job. You really need to paint the whole car. I'm only going to spend $5 and maybe a couple hours doing this as long as it doesn't rain today. Pray that it doesn't rain. Looks like I need to hit the other side again. All right. Just needs to be good enough, right? I think I've done a good enough job sanding here. Whoa. Hopefully this is good enough. Alright, let's check out the front hood area, which I kind of went over real quick. Hopefully I have enough paint to actually do the hood as well as the back, the roof. And I know the color isn't an exact match. And I'm hoping that when I finish, it'll look good enough. It should look hopefully better than it does right now. That's the goal. To make it look better. Not perfect, but better. So we'll see what happens. All right, I got my handy dandy dirty rag, and we're just gonna wipe things down. Yeah, here we go. We're gonna try to get rid of all that sanded paint and rust. Probably could use some more sanding, but I'm hoping I did a good enough job and that I can get the paint to stick. That's the hope. We'll see what happens here. So it looks a little bit better, but you know, that's no paint on it, just basically dust particles from the rust and the old paint. So we'll see what happens once I start painting. I'm not even gonna block off the whole car or anything. I think I'm just gonna do a quick spray. And I know so many people are gonna complain about me not doing it right, but you know what? I don't want to spend too long out here working on this. It looks like it might rain, and I want to try to finish it before it rains on my sanded surfaces here. Alright, the sky looks like it might rain. I thought I heard thunder, but I don't want to abort it, because if I leave it exposed like this, you know, I just sanded it down and the water hits it, it's going to rust really bad. And painting it is risking, you know, if the rain falls on it, it'll destroy the paint job. But I'm going to cross my fingers. I don't have the whole car all blocked off. I'm just going to block off a section at a time and then just do it on the fly. So we'll see how this goes. I'll cover up the windshield area when I get ready to do it. But for now, I'm going to try to do this section around the moonroof. And hopefully the overspray doesn't get in there. So we'll see what happens. The paint that I got is supposed to be this gray, which isn't the same, but looks pretty close to me. You know, it's not the metallic gray that was on here before, but I'm hoping that it'll be good enough to look at least halfway decent, better than before with the rust all over it. And hopefully the paint will protect it, so we'll see what happens. I'll get rid of the cap here. And we're just gonna start spraying. It is kind of windy, which is kind of bad for spray painting, but what are you gonna do? All right, I'm spraying it right on here, trying to get the edge. And actually, it doesn't look too bad. Now, this is supposedly primer and paint, so I'm hoping that it'll try and you know, make it so it doesn't look too obvious that the car has a crappy spray paint job. So we're just gonna, you see it's a little bit windy, so it's kind of bad. It's making the paint fly everywhere. So I'm not gonna be able to paint single-handed and film the whole thing, so I'm just gonna stop filming here and then concentrate on painting. I will update you guys and show you what it looks like once I finish the process here. But it's actually looking not too bad. We'll see. Stay tuned. Alright, so here then is what it looks like after one can. I think I might have to buy another can to try to smooth it out. But at least I got all the rusty parts covered. I didn't really cover up the glass, so there's a little bit of overspray, but I think I can clean that off. It's not too bad. Got a little bit on this because I was rushing and I didn't block it with anything. So at least it doesn't look all rusty right now. You know, you can see it's not smooth, it's kind of still pitted because the pitted paint and rust before. But at least if the coating is good enough, it'll keep it from rusting again. So the car looks better. I mean, considering I only spent $5, it looks great. Here's what the hood looks like. It's like almost evenly coated. I had a couple runs because the paint started running out, but it looks better than it did before. You don't see the, you can see here I didn't even sand it down smoothly. You can still see the pitting, but I just painted it really fast. I didn't even cover anything up. And thinking of running over to Walmart to pick up one more can of this, so there'll be a $10 paint job instead of a $5. But I might do that to try to smooth it out a little bit and give it a thicker coat to try to protect it from the elements. So I may go ahead and do that and just drive it. Did get some overspray on the back, so I'll have to try to get that off with sponge and soap or something. Because I didn't bother to cover the back, which was probably pretty foolish, but I should have. I was just trying to rush. Didn't want to spend too much time on it. So this is what you can expect when you do a $5 paint job. If I decide to make it a $10 paint job, I'll update you after I do the second coat. Until next time, everyone, take care, stay safe. Bye-bye now.